What if I told you that a simple coin in your pocket from 1999 could hold more than just face value, that it might carry a hidden story, a rare error, or even a small fortune? The 1999 quarter dollar wasn't just the start of a new series. It was the birth of a revolution in American coin collecting. If you've got one lying around, don't blink, because you might be holding the very first gem of the state quarters era. And some of these coins are now worth way more than 25 cents. Where we explore the coins that built history and shaped generations, 1 cent and quarter at a time. Today, we take a deep dive into one of the most exciting and transformative years in modern US coinage, the 1999 Washington quarter dollar. This was not just another quarter. It was the beginning of a revolutionary chapter in American numismatics. In the world of coin collecting, the year 1999 stands as a turning point because it marked the launch of the United States Mint's 50 state quarters program, authorized by the 50 States Commemorative Coin Program Act of 1997 and officially launched in January 1999. This program was designed to honor each of the 50 United States with unique reverse designs that reflected the state's heritage, symbols, or landmarks. It was the most ambitious and popular coinage initiative in US history, bringing fresh energy to American coinage after decades of design stagnation. But let us begin with the obverse. The front of the quarter in 1999 still featured the familiar bust of George Washington, a design originally created by John Flanagan in 1932. To commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth, this portrait had become an enduring image in American coinage and was retained in the 1999 issues with only minor modifications. The word "Liberty" is inscribed to the left of Washington's bust, and "God We Trust" appears on the right, while the date and mint mark appear below this. Classic design served as the anchor, the trusted face of the coin, while the real excitement in 1999 was happening on the reverse. The reverse of the 1999 quarters was where everything changed, and 5 states were honored in that first year: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Each state's quarter was issued in the order that it ratified the Constitution or was admitted to the Union. This meant Delaware came first with a design showing Caesar Rodney on horseback, a tribute to Rodney's historic ride for independence. Then Pennsylvania followed, featuring the Commonwealth statue and a Keystone motif. Next was New Jersey with a powerful design showing George Washington crossing the Delaware River. Georgia's quarter showcased the peach, a live oak sprig, and the state's motto, wisdom, justice, moderation. And finally, Connecticut presented the Charter Oak, a symbol of American independence and rebellion. Each of these designs was selected through a collaborative process involving the US Mint, state governors, artists, and the citizens themselves. Each state submitted concepts, and the Mint worked closely with state officials to finalize the images. These quarters were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints with the appropriate P or D mint marks, and each state quarter was released approximately 10 weeks apart, keeping public interest high throughout the year. Public response to the 50 state quarters program in 1999 was phenomenal. It was estimated that over 140 million Americans collected the state quarters either from circulation or through official mint products. This surge in popularity brought millions of new collectors into the hobby and revitalized interest in coin collecting across the nation. It also provided a significant boost to the US Mint's revenue and showed how coinage could reflect not just economic utility, but cultural pride and storytelling. From a collector's standpoint, the 1999 quarters offer a wide range of interest points. Many collectors seek high-grade examples, particularly those graded Ms. 67 or higher by services like PCGs or NGC. Certain errors and varieties have also drawn attention. For example, doubled dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets have all been documented in the 1999 series. The Delaware quarter in particular is known for the spitting horse variety, a die break that appears to show a line coming from the horse's mouth. This quirky error has become a favorite among error collectors. Another layer to the 1999 quarter story is its role in educational outreach. The state quarters became tools in classrooms and homes to teach kids about geography, history, and civics. Each coin prompted curiosity about the state it represented, and many parents and teachers used the quarters to inspire learning across multiple subjects. As time has gone on, the 1999 quarters have become a nostalgic marker for a generation that grew up with them entering circulation, and for older collectors they represent one of the most dynamic shifts in coin design philosophy in US history today. Finding them in circulation is less common, especially in pristine condition, but they numismatic communities across the world. The value of 1999 Washington quarters varies depending on condition, rarity, and market demand. Circulated examples usually hold face value unless they show interesting errors or are in extremely fine condition. Circulated examples can be worth between $1 and $5, while proof and silver-proof coins, especially in graded holders, can reach even higher prices depending on grade and demand. Perhaps the most enduring value of the 1999 Washington quarters is not in dollars, but in what they represent. They are symbols of unity, identity, and history. They turned an everyday object into a canvas for storytelling and sparked a renewed interest in the artistry of coin design. They reminded the American public that even something as small as a quarter can reflect the heart and soul of a nation. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the 1999 Washington quarter dollar, let's remember that coin collecting is not just about silver and mint marks, it's about memories, education, culture, and connection. These quarters were the beginning of a bold journey that continued for more than a decade, and they still stand today as reminders of where we journey through American history one coin at a time. And today, we're diving into a coin that changed everything, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar. This isn't just any piece of pocket change. This is the coin that marked a massive turning point in U.S. coinage, a moment when America decided to leave behind silver and step into a new monetary era. And if you've ever held a 1965 quarter in your hand, you've held a slice of that history. The story begins in the early 1960s when America was dealing with increasing demand for silver and rising silver prices for decades. The Washington quarter was made with 90% silver and 10% copper, but by the mid-1960s, the value of silver was skyrocketing, and the cost to produce silver coins was higher than their face value. The U.S. Mint was losing money, and the public had started hoarding silver coins, which created a major shortage of coins in circulation. In response, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, and with it, the 1965 Washington quarter was born. This coin was made of a completely new composition, a clad blend of copper and nickel layered around a solid copper core. For the first time since 1796, a U.S. quarter was no longer made of silver, and it shocked collectors, bankers, and ordinary. The design, however, stayed the same. The obverse still featured the left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, design first introduced in 1932. To commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, the word Liberty arches above his head, with the date 1965 below, and the famous motto, "In God We Trust." To his left, the reverse continued to show the heraldic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of America's readiness for both war and peace. Because this was the first year of the clad coinage transition, no mint marks were used on the 1965 quarters. All coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, even though some were minted at other locations. This was done deliberately to discourage coin hoarding and confusion during the transition. The government did not want people collecting coins based on mint marks while the nation was experiencing a coin shortage. From a numismatic perspective, the 1965 quarter holds enormous historical value. It represents the beginning of the modern era of coinage, while the coin itself is still relatively common in circulation. High-grade uncirculated versions with full drum lines on the eagle's tail feathers command strong prices in the collector market. Full drum lines refer to sharp, detailed strikes and are a sign of excellent minting quality. Many 1965 quarters show signs of heavy wear because they were mass-produced for circulation and the mint focused more on quantity than quality. Errors from this year include double dies, off-center strikes and missing layers. Some planchet errors show copper streaking or incomplete cladding, which makes those error coins. The 1965 Washington quarter became a symbol of trust at a time of uncertainty. It proved that the American economy could adapt, that our institutions could modernize, and that the simple act of making change could still carry value even when the material itself was no longer precious metal. It also marked the end of an era, the death of the silver coin in daily commerce, and the beginning of the clad coin generation. Collectors today treasure this coin not only because of what it is, but because of what it represents. It's a transition coin, a bridge between two monetary worlds, a lesson in economics and a piece of Americana still found in pocket change. If you come across a 1965 quarter, look closely, because you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a decision made by Congress, by the mint, by history itself. In the world of coin collecting, the 1965 Washington quarter is more than a denomination. It is a moment frozen in time. It tells the story of how America responded to inflation, scarcity, and change, and it remains a cornerstone for anyone studying modern U.S. coinage. Its value goes beyond money. It lies in the history, the design, the innovation, and the cultural shift it represents. And as we wrap up this deep dive into one of America's most pivotal coins, remember this: the 1965 quarter might not shine like silver, but its legacy shines even brighter in the timeline of U.S. coinage. So the next time you get a quarter in your change, take a moment to look at the date. You might be holding a story worth far more than 25 cents. Thank you for joining me today on LC Coins World, where history lives in every coin. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the coins that shaped our nation.